Hello everyone and welcome back to Axiom Verge. Dace here, and we are really just going to get right into the action. We are getting so close. Things are heating up. Bosses are dying left, right, and center. Items are being found. All that great stuff. So... man, yeah, I love jumping in this game. I've said it before, but yeah. So, yeah, as I mentioned in the last video, this is where we were wanting to head, and now we are getting on with things. So this is quite literally, man, yeah, like the home stretch. Come on, man. Just get up. Okay, whatever. Now, one thing I want to quickly mention or point out is that, okay, so this is the only, like, for those of you who have seen the other episodes, the yellow and the pink dot represent item completion and map completion per section. So clearly in this one we have all the items and all of the rooms explored. This one, I think that might be the rooms. I don't recall which is which exactly, but as you can see, we barely, like, that has nothing, so there's still, and yeah, like, oh man, there is just a ton of stuff to still get, because yeah, we're barely into completing this stuff. Anyway, just a quick thought I want to share. So now we will continue onward. Aw, you. Oh, what the hell? Oh, okay. Okay, so this is a boss. We are not doing too hot right now, to be honest. Oh god. Okay, so we're just gonna do another take on that, that's for sure. We went in there, oh man, the amount of damage I took just getting there, that was pretty brutal. And here we are. I think I want to pay a little closer attention to the shots being fired. Or as much as possible, anyway. Nope. Let's just keep it on that. It's best to just like dash through as much of that as you can. We're doing much better this time. There we go. The very first time I ever played this game and went up against that boss, I couldn't tell you how many times it took me before I got that guy. Now, that being said, it's not that it took hours and hours or anything like that, but... okay, come on. We want to go, like... there. Oh, no. Okay, close. Oh, seriously. Okay, there we go. And I think, okay, let's just get up here. Okay, so you'll notice those ones have a darker purple color than ones we've encountered previously. And they also fire way faster. So if you want to slow it down, it's like that now, because we've glitched them and that's the effect that it has on those ones anyway. Come on. Those guys take so many hits, holy smokes. Oh god. Okay, let's just go like... actually... there we go. That came in handy. Let's just check here first. We are not able to go through 4. But there is actually a trick you can do, but because I killed those enemies in this room already, we're not able to do it, so... Not yet anyway. Okay. Thank you so much for the health. I think there's a save point here anyway, so whatever. And let's expose the upper region. But yeah, we are making progress, you guys. And we found a hidden item. It's a nice little way to just sneak past those guys. Ah, oh, you. Let's just do that. Okay, seriously, man? Just how much does it take? There we go. Yes, thank you. Okay, you guys. One thing I will say is that this is a boss you can choose to just not fight, okay? You can literally just go through that other gateway or like door or whatever. However, that wouldn't be as fun, and I love crushing bosses, so... guess what we're gonna do? This is actually a really crazy boss. and or at least the first time you go up against them, it can be really, really wild. But I find a great method is literally just... oh, holy smokes. It's just blasting through them like that. Oh god. Okay, there we go. I think because I'm also much more experienced with this game now, it's not as crazy as it used to be. In my mind, anyway. Oh no. Okay. I want to just do something. Okay, there we go. Interesting. Okay, so this is where part of the game actually requires you to use this technique, and that is essentially just what I was explaining before about using this enemy, or how you can use this enemy. So that's that. And great, now we can go like this, down here. And get this item. Okay, so this is another one of the weapons. Just does that. Not all of the weapons are like... they're kind of, in a sense, novelty items. Like, you don't... like, they're cool. And if you're really inspired to use one of them, then that's awesome. But they're kind of just like there. If you want to use them, you can, but if you just like old Trusty and the Kilver, like I do, then you're all set. As I mentioned before, it's not like the game really requires you to use the different weapons for different things. Come on, man. Okay, let's just do that. They do damage quick. Just exploring a little bit in case. Okay. What is it this time? So yeah, like all these little bits of information that like gradually build this story in our minds when you begin to piece things together. Oh, I just love it. Okay, so let's just go. Let's just. Oh. Or even let's just lure them away a little bit. Now we can just get out of here. Save point. Okay, are you guys ready to meet Aphatos? Oh my god, it's been ages since I've been here. The top of the elevator. Alright, let's do this, you guys. Kilver out, because I have a special technique that I enjoy. So, yeah, again, just let that sink in. There's clearly more going on than we realize. I'm so pumped to do a review and discussion on this. Oh, it's an incredible title. Anyway, okay, let's focus on the dialogue. Okay, so one thing I will point out is that... Oh, okay, man. As I focus more on the combat, there is a technique people do where they just literally stand in the corner of this chamber and shoot up with a specific weapon. It is like the cheapest way to... the cheapest and fastest way to do this boss, but I want that. Okay. But, yeah, I found that just like bashing straight up with your jump to do damage, and also using the Kilver is like just a great method. Oh, come on. Now whether we actually pull it off this time, I'm not sure, because I am pretty here early, to be honest. Like, I haven't done nearly as much of the item finding and stuff as I thought I might. God damn. So I may just... Oh god, we are so close to dying. Give me that, give me that. And that, oh my god. Come on. I'm also using the Pro controller, and so the straight up jumps I'm finding to be a little on the awkward side. But yeah, you get the idea. Take that. There we go. Nice. When you first play this game, you guys, and you don't necessarily have this technique, this just seems like chaos. Like, these guys move so fast. I remember the first time I ever came into here, I was just like, what the hell? Like, they're just all over the place. What am I doing? And it was just hilarious. Just absolute bonkers. There we go. So there you have it, guys. That is Axiom Verge. Now, one thing when I was playing with the digital version, sometimes after the credits, it would the game would just shut down completely, or like close. When it showed like when it went to show my scoreboard and that kind of stuff. Not scoreboard, but just like time and percentages and all that stuff. I'm trusting that doesn't happen because I would love to show you what happens after the credits, assuming we have accomplished enough in the game to trigger it. Because it's kind of like if you get high enough percentage for items in map, then there's this like secret scene that opens up, and that is so crucial to just the overall plot and just kind of, yeah, like other stuff that I won't get into right now, but definitely during the discussion I'm gonna be getting into a lot of those details and just going over a whole bunch of different ideas and things. So anyway, like I'm really stoked for doing that, as I've expressed probably multiple times throughout the entire Let's Play. But just given the scene we have seen so far, it's interesting because like the trace we're seeing in those final scenes that we just watched, those are clearly the clone. And so we know that the clone has nothing to do with, well, not nothing, but it's not the same trace as the one that actually was living that scientific life. And the one that, like, the one we play as is not the one that went through the explosion in the lab and traveling to Sudra, all that stuff. But one thing that is very interesting is what we are seeing right now. That's also extremely important. So let that sink in. And I'll continue my rant that I was getting into momentarily. That's pretty decent. Okay, so one thing I'll quickly get into is that it's just such a wild concept thinking that, like, okay, this clone is supposed to take up the life of, like, sure, it's a clone, it is essentially from the same DNA, but the clone itself being inserted into the life of, like, the original trace is just, like, I can totally understand why it would feel very off in some ways, even though it's like the exact same being. Like everything that the clone has gone through here, and to go back to Earth. But anyway, what is even more interesting, which kind of like just cancels out that whole idea. Okay, strange. Well, anyway, we didn't see the footage, but I may just, in like a very short video after this or something, I may just like get some more items and then just beat the boss again and potentially show that, or you guys can look up the secret footage on your own. But yeah, what I was saying though is that scene where we see Trace laying there at the base of like Rizalki tentacles or whatever, that is very important and kind of leads to the question of like, well, okay, if Elsa Nova said that she sent Trace back to Earth so that he could like continue his life there, or pick up the pieces or like whatever, and then we have this scene happening where Trace is like, oh, something feels very off with this life. And then after the fact, we see that scene of like the credits rolling and then he's just laying there. What does that tell us? I'm going to let you guys think about that for a little while. It's pretty obvious to me, but again, I'm gonna kind of hold off until the discussion. But yeah, honestly, it's so good. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. That's going to be it for this episode. I'll see what I can do in terms of the secret scene at the very, very end. But for now, that's going to be it. You guys have a great day. Like and subscribe. And thanks again. See ya.